everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna learn how to knit the rickrack rib. Let me try that again. Rickrack rib. It's quite hard to say. I've just done a video on my new Romanian channel. I'll link it down below. And for some reason in Romanian we call it French elastic or French rib. I don't know why, but that's what it's called. I have here two examples. So this one is knitted in like a bulkier yarn. It's a combination of acrylic and wool. James C. Brett Chunky with Merino, I think that's the one I have. And I'm making a scarf. As you can see, I've knitted quite a bit. It's quite slow, it's a slow stitch, so I've been doing this for a week, obviously, and not knitting all the time. And this one is a worsted weight, so a thinner yarn, 100% wool, Rowan superwash worsted weight. And you can see the rickrack shows nicer here, is clear, because I think it's because of the plies, the twists in the wool. But I'm going to show you how to work it on this lighter color, because I've had complaints that people can't really see when I demonstrate things on dark, which is true, and I apologize for that. Let me show you what it looks like on the other side. So on the wrong side it looks like this. It's quite nice, I think. I guess it looks a bit like the herringbone stitch. I don't know. It's nice. Very, very stretchy. Very stretchy. It's nice for cuffs, on your sleeves, on hats, on socks, anywhere where you would use rib. This is nice to use, and it's very squishy. And I guess it's a good insulator for winter. But yeah, let me show you how to work it. So you want to cast on a multiple of 3 stitches plus 1. I have here on this one I have 40 stitches. On this one I have 31 stitches. And it's a 2-row repeat. Very simple. If you know how to knit and you know how to purl, then you're gonna rock this one, believe me. Like I said, it's very slow to work, so it's not like 1 by 1 rib that you can just whiz through, and also you can watch TV while you're working it. This one you kind of have to look at what you're doing, and you'll see why. Okay, we're gonna start with row number 1, and the first stitch we're gonna purl. Okay, then we're not gonna go in the first stitch, we're gonna go in the back of the second stitch. Can you see? Like that. And we're gonna bring the yarn through. Okay, and then we're gonna go in the back of the first stitch on the needle, and we're going to bring the yarn through, and then we're going to take both stitches off the needle. Then we're going to purl another one. So we always purl in between these zigzaggy things. In the back of the second stitch we pull it through. In the back of the first stitch we pull it through and pull both of them off the needle. Purl 1, let me show you again. In the back leg here of the second stitch we pull the yarn through. In the back of the first stitch pull the yarn through and take it off the needles. So that's row number 1, and I'm just going to knit to the end here to show you row number 2. So like you see, you kind of have to look at what you're doing. It's a bit hard to do like watch TV or something else. you never lose where you're at, because you can see you're kind of guided by your stitches where you're at. So you know, in between these you always purl, and then after a purl you do the twist. Okay, here we go. It's looking quite nice. Then you turn your work, and as you can see, it's very nice on the back. And now we're going to start with a knit stitch, and the stitch is going to show you that it's a knit stitch. So we're going to knit it. Oops. Okay. And then we're going to do a twist again, but on the wrong side. So we're going to have the yarn in front, and then we're going to go to the front leg of the second stitch and purl it like this. Then you want to hold it. I have to hold it, and then go in the leg of the first stitch and pull the yarn through and take both of them off the needle. Okay, then we have a knit stitch. Okay, yarn in front, we go to the second stitch, front leg, pull the yarn through, pull the yarn through. Let's try this again. Here we go. Yeah, and then with your thumb you just want to stretch it a little bit and hold the stitch there so you can go in the front one. Now you have to find what it works for you, but that's what works for me. So let's see again. Second stitch, purl, pull it apart, front stitch, purl. And I do purl a bit differently because I'm a continental knitter. All my purls, they show twisted on the front, but the work is exactly the same. So if you purl, if you're an English knitter and you purl, you know, like you purl, just purl the way you purl. As long as you purl in the second stitch and then purl in the first stitch and take them off the needle, then your rickrack is going to look exactly the same as mine. Let's work to the end. But yeah, this is it. It doesn't really curl, this stitch, so it's a rib, obviously. But I do find, I'll show you, let me just finish this row. So this is just a small sample, but as you can see, it kind of tends to curl a little bit once you go further up, like this. Obviously, if you're working with wool, it's gonna you're gonna wash it and you're gonna lay it flat, and it's just gonna stay like that. But this one that I have here, it's 80% acrylic and only 20% merino wool, and as you can see here, it kind of curls a little bit like this. I mean, it's no big deal, it's fine. I'm gonna use it as a scarf anyway. It looks beautiful, so I still like it. I just wanted to let you know about that. But this is it, the rickrack rib, worked in the flat, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.